So before we start the main show, I'd like to give a big thank you and shout out to Matt Maeda. He contacted me through Facebook and said he liked to watch the channel and he loved the videos, and he's a graphic artist and he donated his time to make a graphic for the channel or the videos. So I'm going to be placing them in the videos from now on. And he didn't put a price on it. He wanted to just do it, but I sent him a check and I hope it's enough. I don't like taking things for free. And we agreed that also I would put his name as, to credit him for the work, and also his link for Hawaii. I think it's Hawaii Graphics. I might be wrong, but I'll put the link in the description box for every video in case you're looking for a local graphic artist to do some work for you. You can contact Matt and see what he can do. So thank you so much, Matt. I really appreciate it and love your work. So thank you very much. Now on to the show. Hey foodie friends, I hope you're having a great day. And today's video is part 2 of places under the radar or underrated places. I did a video before of places you pass by all the time but you never step foot in, most people anyway. So this is going to be 3 other places that I always look at or have heard of and never did step foot in. So the first stop is in Pacific Palisades in Pearl City, and if you don't know where that is, it's up a Komomai Drive, which is up on the mountain side, a little after Waimano Home Road. And they have a drive-in there, Palisades Drive-In. And if you live there, you know about it. It's got a little cute gas station, and it's got awesome local plate lunches as well as some Chinese plate lunches. So we're gonna try 2 items from there. I asked the guy in the front what is his most popular mini, and he said it's the chicken katsu curry. So I said, why not throw it in there? Because I got a full plate of something else that I'll show you later on. For a mini, it looks freaking humongous. That's a lot of food. So I'm going to take a bite out of this chicken katsu. Looks pretty good. Lots of sauce on top, the curry sauce. Even though they pour the curry sauce in it, it still has a little crunch to it. From the panko, it's fried perfectly, not too overdone. I will say the chicken is very moist. It's not dry inside. And it's easy to eat if you want to bite through it. Here's the curry rice, where he put all the curry on top. It's very warm and hearty. The sauce is kind of soupy, so when it goes down, kind of comforts your soul in a way. But to be honest, the curry needs a little bit more flavor. It's kind of like watered down. It's your typical Japanese curry, and they probably use curry cubes, but I think there's a little bit too much water in the sauce. So there's not much salt flavor, but if you're not into sodium, then that's good for you. But overall, it's not bad, and the chicken katsu is actually really, really good. So I think if you were to get this alone by itself and put the katsu sauce on it, it would be really, really good. So it's just a really minor thing, but I just have to be honest with the taste. But I think it's a tremendous deal for all this meat. I don't even know how many slices are in here. I mean, let me show you under here while moving the fork how much meat is under the other pile of meat. All right, and it comes with mac salad, so let's taste that before we end this plate lunch. Actually, not bad. I like that oniony flavor. You all know that. I don't like just plain mayo, so it does have little bits of onion in there and a little bit of shredded carrot. I think the seasoning on the mac salad is perfect. All in all, a very great deal. Massive amounts of food for a mini, and the prices are pretty reasonable for most of their plate lunches and their minis. All right, for their main dish, it is their choy sum with beef or chicken. I picked beef. I'm not going to tilt it too much because it is full of sauce and it is hot and burning my fingers. So that is a great thing. It's huge and it's coming out piping hot. You have a choice of having it with rice in a plate lunch form or with cake noodles, and I got the cake noodles. Looks like some nice thin cuts of beef with a lot of choy sum soaked in a wonderful gravy, just coating everything. Let's taste the cake noodle. Yum, that's pretty good. The texture of the noodle is great. It's not too hard. It's not crispy though, because it kind of soaked up all the sauce, but it's got a great texture, a chewy texture. kind of like Saimin noodles or chow mein noodles, but it's not mushy inside, because I've had some where it's either too crunchy and then the middle is mushy, or just really dried out. And this is really nice, very nice texture. Here's a piece of beef, very thinly sliced and just glistening with all that sauce. Look at all that sauce though. You could totally save it if you don't eat it all and just sop up some rice with it. The beef has a good flavor and it's really thinly cut, so it's easy to chew. It's pretty good quality beef. It's not fatty, grizzly, nasty bits. It's just quality beef. And it seems like there's a pretty good amount in here. Let's try some of this choy sum, which is like a Chinese vegetable. It goes really well with the sauce because it's so, you know, it's got a thick stem. Sometimes when you season it, it doesn't take up all the seasoning, but it's soaking up in that juice. And everything's great, so let's taste everything together. Some beef, some choy sum, and some noodles. I think if you eat the noodles by itself, I find it kind of salty. But when you put everything together, because the beef isn't too salty, and the choy sum has the, you know, stocky stems, it kind of balances the salt out. So you got to have some bites with everything in it, and then it tastes really great. So if you're looking at this cake, there's about 5 of them in this plate, so a pretty massive portion. And I think for the price, it's pretty fair for the amount of food you got. This doesn't come in a mini though, so this is the full plate. And it comes in a reusable plastic container. So if you're looking for some interesting eats and some local plate lunches, go to Palisades Drive Inn up in Pacific Palisades, and you will find awesome food for pretty reasonable prices. Next up is a place called M&N Filipino Foods. It's off of King Street, right across the street of Princess Kaiulani Elementary, if you're not familiar, or right next door to Tamashiro Market. Parking can be kind of tight. There's only 2 legal spots in front, but if you turn around and face the other way going eastbound, you might be able to find some parking. And it's cafeteria style, where you get to look through the window and pick what you want. They have all your typical Filipino favorites, but the menu can rotate daily. They've got your favorites like dinuguan, sari-sari, pinakbet. Today they had chicken long rice, adobo, and pork lechon kawali. Today I got some fried chicken, dinuguan, and some pork and shrimp squash, I believe, and everything looks amazing. The fried chicken looks really crispy, and it's run by 3 local Filipino ladies that are sweethearts, and they're very friendly, and kind of were embarrassed saying you should have came earlier because some of it looks like it's sold out. They close in about an hour. They close at 2:30, so you got to get there early for lunch. So let's start off with some of this dinuguan. If you're not familiar, it is pork's blood, which sounds unappealing and looks unappealing. Some people call it chocolate meat, and it's got chunks of pork in there. But I think it tastes pretty good. I've had it a couple times, and it doesn't taste like what it looks like or sounds like. So here's a chunk of meat. Usually you take it with some rice, and the blood sauce kind of coats the rice. Really good flavor. It's not minerally or irony in any way. It just tastes like all the seasonings they put in it. Very garlicky, some onion, a little bit of vinegar, but not sour. I think it's just to balance, you know, that irony blood taste. Very, very good chunks of pork. It is very delicious. So it's nothing to be scared of. I've shown it before in other Filipino restaurants, and it's one of my favorite dishes. Next up is the pork and squash. I appreciate that she put in a shrimp in there. That was in there that I could see through the counter. So I guess she gives everyone a shrimp. And I appreciate that they put the saucy stuff in a plastic container so it's not spilling around in the plate lunch. So it's pretty much squash, like a chayote squash, or could be just a green squash with some bits of pork in there and some shrimp. I love anything saucy in Filipino dishes. I love their soups. I love sari-sari. And this is no exception. It's delicious. The squash just soaks up all the natural, delicious broth that's mixed with the seafood and the pork. And this is definitely a dish that you would want to eat with your rice. You soak up all that juice with the rice and the squash. And we'll take a piece of that pork. And here's the shrimp. The shrimp also soaked up the juice. Now it's got the head on, so it's got some of the, you know, juicy bits in there, but you got to peel off the shell. It's not as salty as the other meats in here, but pretty good. The outside soaked up the juice, so not so much the inside, but all in all, very delicious meal. And lastly, this crunchy fried chicken. Looks fried to perfection. Really flavorful batter, very thin, almost non-existent, but I like it that way, where it's not too much batter. And it's just the natural crispiness of the skin, the chicken skin, that makes that crunch. The inside's still moist, it's not dry and overcooked, and it's really crunchy and delicious, and it's boneless. If you like fried things or lechon kawali or something like that, but you want something different, definitely give her fried chicken a try. Has the crispy bits on the end. Look at that, almost like a mimic of pork skins, but it's chicken skin, and it's nice and salty and crispy and crunchy. And you definitely have to dip your chicken or any of your meats in this wonderful sauce with the peppers and the onions and the vinegar. Always a must, even at other places like Thelma's and all. They give you this, and that's no exception here at M&N Filipino Food. Just make sure you get your cup full of this good stuff. So if you're craving some legit Filipino food, definitely check out this mom and pop shop. Little tiny unassuming place off of King Street in Kalihi, and have yourself some awesome meals. You can get a 1 choice, 2 choice, or 3 choice, or you can order the sides on their own if you want to take it home. But again, they close early at 2:30, so definitely get there before then.
And Maureen, she paid.
All right, the last stop for the video is a place you probably always took a left turn or passed by on Vineyard Boulevard and Liliha Street. It is Liliha Drive Inn. It used to be Liliha Seafood a long time ago and converted into a drive-in selling plate lunches. And they're most famous for their combos, which were similar to the 808 grinds in Waipahu. It has the hamburger steak, beef stew, and terry beef. So I wanted to do something different. They have a steak combo. So this is New York steak with garlic shrimp, they call it, but it looks like salt and pepper shrimp, which is one of my favorite Chinese dishes. So I had to get it with some rice and mac salad. She also is a super nice lady in the front, very friendly and kind, and asked how I wanted my steak. So you can ask how you want it. I did say I wanted it medium. So let's take a piece of the steak. That has a good grill flavor, and very nicely seasoned, has coarse salt on it, so every bite has a lot of flavor. Although the cut is a little bit chewier, I'm not sure if, yeah, they cut it, looks like with the grain, so that makes it kind of tough. You got to do it against the grain, and it would probably be more tender, but otherwise, it's really good. I'm going to try to bite it in half and see what the inside looks like, but it tastes fine to me. So the inside did get cooked a little bit further, but that's probably my fault because I had to drive and find a place to eat. I was going to just film in the parking lot, but it was quite busy and I didn't want to take up a spot for somebody that wanted to grab food, so I left. It is quite a popular spot. The restaurant had people coming in and out doing phone call orders, and there were 2 people eating inside. All right, let's try their garlic shrimp. Looks delicious. It is fried to a crisp where the shells are on, but they fry it all the way through, almost like how Japanese tempura, if you go to sushi bars and they fried the tail till it's crispy and you can eat it. You can eat the whole thing. You don't even need to peel it. The garlic and the batter, which is very light, are amazingly seasoned great. Goes great with some rice and a little bit of the garlic pieces. It's really good. It's crunchy, yet it's garlicky. Quite different from the North Shore butter garlic type of thing. I really enjoy this Chinese style garlic shrimp. Wow, this shrimp is so good. Everything, it's just like fried to a crisp where the shell tastes like a chip. And yeah, usually I don't like to eat the shell, but This can be eaten and it just tastes like a crispy chip, and it's crunchy and the inside's soft. And I don't know how they do it where the inside isn't overcooked, but really, really good shrimp. All right, next up, the last part of the plate is the mac salad. Looks like some shredded carrot in there and a little bit of black pepper, or I'm not sure if it's parsley, but there's little specks of things in there. That's a great mac salad coming from a person that doesn't like mac salad. Seasoned really well. It's cool, it's creamy, using good mayonnaise, and the little shreds of carrot give it crunch. And the best surprise in this particular plate lunch is because it has all that minced garlic, some of it kind of fell in the mac salad, so you get a little bit of a surprise here and there with some bites of garlic. Really, really good. And the last dish of Liliha Drive-In is their famous beef stew. Everybody has been raving about it. Liliha Drive-In has been there for years, but I just never bothered to stop in. I used to pass by all the time when I was in high school. I think it was already there, or was it Liliha Seafood, but the bus would take a left turn there at the bus stop on the corner, and we'd always look at it, but I never did go. This is the beef stew. Comes with mac salad and rice. This is a mini, so imagine what the regular size looks like. I see the chunks of meat, 1 carrot, and 1 big piece of potato. Not bad for a mini size. And lots of sauce for the beef stew. And then you get 1 scoop of rice for the mini and a little bit of mac salad. Not bad. This is the meat. It's pretty chunky. You get 2 big pieces. Actually, it looks like 3 pieces. So, because sometimes you go to places and they're really stingy with the meat and they give you lots of carrots or something junk. But this is pretty generous of a portion of meat. So let's take a taste with some gravy from the beef stew. That's pretty good. It's a little bit sweet, but not as sweet as the other place I tried. This one I can tolerate. Just a tinge of sweetness, but more savory, if anything. Actually, the more I taste the sauce with the rice, I really like it. My personal favorite was Meg's beef stew. And obviously they're gone, so I'm really sad about that. But that was one of the best beef stews to me for my liking. Then I really liked the Hanada's beef stew in Waianae. That time I filmed the Timeless Classics. But we did go to Hanada's again because I was on that side for work. And usually I don't eat out, but we were running late and I couldn't eat my home lunch. So I was forced to buy something and I wanted the beef stew. And unfortunately, I will say it's not consistent. It didn't taste the same as the time I filmed. And I don't think they'd made it any special for me because you can't tell I'm filming. I use a very tiny camera. So I don't know. I think it's just a lack of consistency, but this one's really good and everybody raves about it. So it must be consistent and it is very flavorful. It's a typical Hawaiian beef stew, the way we like it, where it's a little bit more tomatoey than more than a brown gravy like the McCormick kind. So it has a really great taste, not too acidic. Sometimes people try to make Hawaiian beef stew and it's too much tomato where it's sour. Don't like that either. Or they try to cover up the sour acidicness with too much sugar. This has a very good balance. I will say the meat is soft, but it could be a little softer. It's not totally fall apart, but it's definitely not tough. You know I don't eat cooked carrots, so I'm not going to be eating him, but this is the potato. Really nice soft potato. Sometimes I go to places too, and not recently though, but where they're not totally cooked and some of the inside's raw. This one's nice and soft. Everything's great. And the best part, I just think that for most people, mac salad goes really well with something saucy, such as a loco moco or a beef stew. So you just gotta dump that bugger in there and mix it up with the sauce and the rice. And she go, brada. All right, so that was Liliha Drive-In. They have a very extensive menu, so you can find whatever you want to eat there. I'm sure you're going to find something from seafood to pork to beef to chicken to Simon and even burgers and fries like a regular drive-in should. They do kind of tend to be on the Chinese side, so you will find Chinese-inspired type of plate lunches such as lemon chicken, cold ginger chicken. They have honey chicken, orange chicken, and some other Chinese-style type of plate lunches. They also have a little side part with little desserts such as baked banana breads and lihi moi and other things like that. I didn't get a chance to film it because there was another person behind me in line, and that's where you stand in line, so I didn't want to be rude, but it's there if you're craving a dessert. And the nice lady also showed me a menu while she saw me filming the, trying to zoom into the menu on the wall of their party platters. So she said they have this new prices of party platters. So for the holidays, if you're looking for a place to buy a party platter to bring to a party like Christmas or Thanksgiving coming up, they've got them in small, medium, and large pans of most of their favorites. So if you've ever eaten at any of these hole-in-the-walls that you've passed by and other people don't usually tend to walk into, let me know what your favorite dish is at any of these places if you've been to them. And if you haven't been to them, give them a chance and check them out, because all the food I've eaten was pretty good. I have no complaints. Everything was delicious, and most of all three places were pretty affordable, especially Liliha Drive-In's minis. I think they give a lot, and they're generous in their portions, and the price is not bad considering, and so was the other drive-in in Pearl City, the Pacific Palisades, was pretty reasonable. So thank you for joining me, and hope you liked this video. If you did, press the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you on another food adventure next week. And take care, everybody. Have a happy Aloha Friday. Peace out.